So this is the footage of me getting this my first secret after about 100 1,000,000 and 100K coins to get a one secret. And let's see, what do we get? And we just got a veto judgment. It actually one of my favorite of the best unit for the ground, because it actually the best for attacking bosses compared other unit like the king and zenith for that two air. But you can place 4 and very cheap, and it have a armor thread and very good, and it does 200 per bullet. And on top of that, every 0.03 with the veteran support unit, then you get more damage, because you get 0.03 with Omega. And I actually got it, but it took me a lot of gems to spend it. And yeah. So now we're gonna get Omega Omega for the retro judgment. And so let's see how OP it is without the void. And then I'm gonna show you what the max void with Omega enchant. But this is not Chinese version, by the way. But the Chinese version is so low to get, but it gives more damage. But the best secret, I personally, whether it is your first secret unit, you have to keep that. But I got the limited edition as my first one, and yeah, and we got Omen finally. If you want to get average out of Omen, every 2.5K to I would say more than 15K gem, depending how bad you are. And we're gonna grind endless mode, because I'm trying to grind XP to get void fast as possible. So that's the main reason why it's good to get void very quickly. If you're a casual players, I really recommend to do endless mode, especially if you're trying to grind your unit to get max void, so you get max damage, but you don't have to spend any gem or anything. You just need XP. How do you get XP? You have to kill zombie or hit the zombie, but it has to be your towers. Or the other way, if you have a support, let's say musician, right? Then you can use your tower, and then you can give XP to the musician by specific unit. So that's gonna be much harder if you have a shiny musician. So you need a lot of common, or you need infinite backpacks, because ain't no way people gonna uh give XP every 300. Probably you might need a game pass to order to get it. And yeah. Deathbringer is actually the best for solo grind for easy mode. And I use 1x1, it's mostly for the early game for solo players. If you don't have 1x1, then I really recommend Shiny Baseball or Alien, but it's free to play, yes. But the 1x1 is actually one of those first events, and it have a reach, but it's not that OP at the late game. It's like kind of trash. Now let's see on the mutual juggernaut. The small range, that's the downside when I look at it. So if you get Omega, it's gonna be so much hard compared to 8 Black. But the only difference is the attack speed and the damage for 8 Black and Omega. And they added indents, so you get more chance of getting like secret or mythics or legendary to get, but you have to play the game more. That what basically is saying, because you have to own all the towers, so you actually get more luck per minute boosts to your when you spend a wheel of the daily hours. And I noticed that the virtual juggernaut it almost is the same thing as the regular juggernaut, the one the juggernaut, but the only difference is the damage. But virtual juggernaut have more damage than the regular juggernaut. But virtual juggernaut have a limited edition. So it's gonna end, by the way, this Saturday. So this week should be ending. Yeah, if you wanna get it now. But the problem is, are you gonna grind at least 900k coins with potion? If you don't have potion, it's gonna slow your time. And then if you don't have potion, you have to play a long time. Depending on the game mode you choose. And I think I have a calculation of it. So if you just want to get the pity, right? If you just start the game now, so you have 0 pity and you need at least 900k. That's only if you get all the way to the pity point. If you randomly get secret before that, then you don't get the auto depending on which spin you do. But if you do the standard and then wait to the 99999, and then you do switch to the retro limited edition, then impossible. So you need about 900k. Or you want to do like just for artwork, then you need to have at least 80 million coins to get 0 to 10. That is insane, by the way. And yeah, that gonna take you depend on how many gem you get. I mean coins. So if you get like extreme and you have the VIP, then you get 3,000 every game. And every game give you 3,000. And then you have to do that at least 600 game if you want to get to 18 million coins. That is crazy. That if you want to do 0 to 10,000 of art throw, 3,600 each 20 spin. If you want to do the 1,800, it's actually 900k. At least 300 games. So it's much lower and more easier. But if you don't have the VIP, right? So it's gonna be 2,000 with no potion. So you're gonna have to spend at least 450 games. But every game, it depends what unit you have. So when I started, I have Arthur Railgunner and Arthur Castus. So I used those two and minigunner and blaster. No, is it? I use stinger, blaster. Right, Arthur Ranger, Railgunner, and DJ and veteran. No. 1x1, DJ, Cassus, Artwork Cassus, Railgunner. I don't know. I really forget my loadout. And but mostly you need blaster for the early game, most of the time. And you need auto ray gunner or regular ray gunner to actually shoot air. But I did solo. It took me like 14 minutes, or because I used endless items, so it actually helped me to beat the game faster. And yeah. The problem with the with endless mode, the one I'm working on, I haven't get a alien yet because I'm too busy working on secrets. Because I have to get other secrets. That's the major reason why. So I have to get two more because I have to get the one that attack airs. So I need Zenith or the Arthur Zenith. And which one do I like more? Just for the picture, it's just the Zenith. But the in damage term, I would say Zenith. But Arthur Zenith, it's more like single target, but it don't have a big AoE compared to Zenith. And but the Zenith is standard loadout and not limited. But Arthur Zenith is actually limited, but it have the same name, but it has slightly more damage, but it don't have the AoE thing. I think. Or it should have it. I don't know. Okay, I don't have it. So yeah. Hmm. And this box actually for the indents for the zombie. And this map is very terrible. I don't even like this map. I always get it. Saturn map. But at least you can kill the boss before it spawn and break 100. But after break 100, then when you continue, the boss will spawn. Then there's nothing you can do like unless I have a secret that can shoot air. I don't really like the king in secret. It's kind of bad. It doesn't do anything. It's just like a spawn unit and I would say worse than the Juggernaut or Arthur Juggernaut. Because the only thing it's good at is spawning units. But the problem is it don't do much DPS as long term. Like when they walk around. Meanwhile, the Arthur and Juggernaut can do it much faster because you can sell your unit and then if you swap it consistently, then you should be out DPSing it of the king. Because the king, if you sell it, you lose your troop. So you have cooldown problems. So you lose two. But yeah, not what it is what it is. But the king can hit flying because only the troop when that spawn, but not the tower itself. But yeah, I'm surprised that I actually got what I wanted. Because I'm actually the frontliner, DPSer, or support unit mostly. I think that mostly my game style, I think. Mostly. Because I like that style as a frontliner or backliner. They know in between. I don't like being in the center sometimes. And yeah, this is how I usually play like this because I always spam a lot of abilities. I'm fine with pressing all these buttons, but to do more DPS. At the beginning, I did not know that veteran actually have a ability that you have to press. Like in some other unit, you have to press the ability to use the ability, but there's no guideline to tell you that because it's so tiny, I cannot even read it. So imagine this: you see that small Z in the corner? I didn't realize. Yeah, back then when I was new, like when I was level 80 somewhere there, I was trying to figure out why I'm not doing DPS to the event. I actually beat the event, whatever the new rocket event is. Not the new tower yet, but it doesn't do any DPS. But it's so terrible. But yeah, maybe it's terrible now, but then it randomly get buffed. I think spawner unit, it only good for the protecting your 1 HP wave, especially 1 HP wave. Like extreme mode, spawning unit very good for the early game, so you can press it anywhere you want, and then you can upgrade it. Then it's still protected anyway. I would say spawning unit is like your third best DPS, but the second is the first is mostly situational. The second one is I think the sniper. I said it like Zenith and Artro Zenith is actually the second best DPS, and then the first one is I think Judgment for real. If you know how to play it properly, like you can place it, sell, place it, remove it, all over the place, but it requires more mechanics, more damage. But for Artro it's just like a full unit of Artro minigunner because it does the same damage. But the only difference is you can click less when you get the secret version. And you only get like less towers than the mythic towers for some reason. And yeah. And the serial number is just like I don't know. I don't know what these reference for me, and yeah. Surprised that not a lot of people have secrets and way. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, I think I'm gonna lose now because they're gonna spawn more Saturn ring boss like 10,000 times. Then I cannot do anything with that. I thought it'd be like a ground tube, but I realized it's not. When I started playing, I was like so confused. Then I started to realize, oh, it's a flying. But the problem is this game, it doesn't tell you which unit can shoot air. Like, imagine you sitting there. I'm the new player, right? They don't tell you anything. Like, wow, okay. So I can do everything myself. Okay. So I can figure out the new mechanics, no tutorial guide, and then I can figure out, which one better? And then I can do math calculation every single champion of the unit they have, like baseball 1x1 that what I have, and Doombringer, Deathbringer, and Blade Singer, Costume Man, and Pyromans, and then negotiator, and then veteran is actually one of the best support units, and musician. I see farm. I see farm is overrated if you playing solo. It's very overrated. I never understand why people need farm in this game. I tried farm. I dislike it. Yeah, it's getting boring. Vibes. It doesn't do anything. I only use farm probably when I use all mode. But the problem is, how can you defend with 1 HP base? That's what I dislike about farm. It's useless. Sure, it give you investment more money income. But if you're solo, it's useless. That's why I play solo. It's useless. When I duo, I always have somebody else farming. We can have the best unit for the other game. It's 1x1 or baseball. Shiny baseball. So it actually help the game more easier. If you duo, really recommend somebody have like the endless item. Base give HP, and then you have one button to delete all the zombie for the boss. That's what you need if you are very new to the game, like if you have duo players. One have the endless mode item. You have to get it with 6 modes and extreme mode. Then you can actually beat it if you have a rail gunner and auto rail gunner, and then you have somebody else do other thing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And bye.